Welcome inside another episode of the Sherwood Park Crusaders pregame show. My name is Zach Marks. Pleased to be bringing you this one from inside the Randy Rosen Rink, where in just a couple hours' time, the Sherwood Park Crusaders will play host to the Whitecourt Wolverines. Now, Sherwood Park comes into tonight's matchup with an 18-13, 3-1 record, good enough for 5th place in the North Division here in the Alberta Junior Hockey League, trailing the Fort McMurray Oil Barons by just a single point, as both teams will be in action here tonight. A loss by the Oil Barons at any point here tonight puts Sherwood Park into a tie for 4th place in the North. Meanwhile, Whitecourt's in 2nd place coming into tonight's action. They trailed the Spruce Grove Saints by 12 points. It was 13 going into last night's contest, where the Whitecourt Wolverines, on the back of a massive effort from Lachlan Gordon in his first start as a Wolverine, as they knocked off the Spruce Grove Saints in a shootout by a final score of 4-3. Looking back at Sherwood Park's last game, meanwhile, a 5-0 win over the Drayton Valley Thunder. Ryan Manzella making 25 saves for his 2nd shutout of the season and his 1st here in Sherwood Park, as Sherwood Park gets goals from 5 different skaters. The 4th line played very well in that one. Brandon Sacchetti, Zach Maxwell, and Jerome Maharaj. They'll stay as a trio here tonight. In fact, only one lineup change to tell you about in the 20 skaters, as Cade Christensen serves the first of a 2-game suspension for his match penalty in Wednesday's game for checking from behind. He'll miss both games this weekend and will likely draw back in next week in Fort McMurray. And in net, it will be Eric Roost making the start for Sherwood Park. He's coming off a 1-0 loss in overtime back in Blackfalds on Tuesday, in which he stopped 46 shots and a highlight reel-filled effort for him. Now let's head to the pregame interview with head coach Evan McFeeters on how he feels his team performed on Wednesday and what he expects heading into the 6th matchup between these two teams this season. Joined now on the Crusaders pregame show by head coach Evan McFeeters. Evan, a 5-0 win over the Drayton Valley Thunder on Wednesday night. What can you take from your team's performance?
I think we're most pleased with the response from the previous game. I think individually, some of the guys had really good responses to some challenging moments in the dressing room here. As a coaching staff, we want more out of our players and we want more consistency, and it was a good bounce back. Like I mentioned, on an individual performance, but as a whole, I think special teams bounced back, went 2 for 4 in the power play. Our penalty kill was 7 for 7, and then 5 on 5. We limited odd man rushes. We limited I guess the glorious scoring chance against that we seem to give up against Blackfall. So great response. Now we've got to see if we can do it all over again.
No lineup changes up front for your group tonight. What gave you the confidence to stick with the lines?
Well, they've earned it. Like I said, that the performance last game, you win 5-0, and how we want to instill our dressing room and our culture is that you earn every opportunity, and I think here's an opportunity for them to continue to push in the lineup and create good habits and continue to build some chemistry within these lines.
You mentioned the special teams. Was it a step in the right direction moving forward?
Yeah, totally. We talked about it last week, I think, you and I, about plateauing in our special teams on both sides of it. We got a little bit of adjustments in the power play units. They're producing some, not just goals, but some quality looks here, and it's a little bit hard to pre-scout and to check 2 different units with 2 different looks and threats from all over the ice. And then the penalty kill, we want to get back to our identity on the PK of being aggressive, and when pucks are in areas that we can recover and we go right away and we put some heat on some of the opposition's best players and make it difficult for them to get to Rooster and Manzella. So far so good, but that's just one game. Okay, good teams have to do it consistently, and here's a good test tonight.
Both goaltenders, Eric Rooster and Ryan Manzella, are coming off very good performances in their last games. How did you decide who's starting here tonight?
Rooster's our guy. Pretty easy. We're going against the second I guess you want to call them second place team in our division, but they beat the first place team last night in overtime. Rooster's been our guy. He's going to go and he's going to give us a chance again tonight, I imagine.
Tonight's opponent, the Whitecourt Wolverines, the 6th time you've seen them this season. Does the familiarity play in do much tonight?
Yeah, our assistant coaches here were joking, and we're running pre-scouts again with the same team, and our players can pretty much run it on their own. The familiarity is one thing, but they've taken points from us. They beat us in overtime. They beat us with the last-minute penalty shot. It's been hard fought. Last time they're in our building, our team did a good job while depleted to take 2 points away from them. So they got a familiar face in net starting against us tonight. So I think our guys are hungry here. This is a team, if we want to get through in the playoffs, we're going to have to face in a 7-game series. So to play them 6 times basically through that first half of the season, we might be facing them here in the spring for 7 games and 10 nights anyway.
All right, thanks to this, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Zach.
And that'll do it for another episode of the Sherwood Park Crusaders pregame show. Puck drop is 7 p.m. right here at the Randy Rosen Rink. If you can't make it out, Dawson, Patricia, and I will have the call on Hockey TV. Otherwise, you can get your tickets at tickets.sherwoodparkcrusaders.ca or at the door right here at the Sherwood Park Arena. For all of us in the Crusaders organization, we appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you at puck drop.